it'll get delivered right to your house. All right, without further ado, let's take a look at the new Nissan Frontier. Now, the first thing you'll notice about the new Frontier is, well, look at it. It's been completely redesigned and reimagined. You'll notice that it looks a lot more rugged and bold and capable, and that's because it is. Let's start right here with the front grille. It's the Warrior style front grille, a lot similar to the Nissan Titan, but has the Frontier debossed on the top upper grille, so you can notice exactly what you're dealing with as soon as it's heading your way. You also have the LED headlights. LED headlights are signature for the Pro trim. So you'll have those and the LED fog lights on the Pro trim as well. So we'll talk about trims in just a little bit. Looks like we have a question coming in already, and that is great. So when it comes to the new Frontier, we're asking about the MSRP. So the MSRP on the new Frontier is this. We have different trims when it comes to the Frontier. So let me go into those real quick for you guys. Frontier has 3 different trims. We have S, SV, and Pro. Right here in studio, we have the Pro 4X Crew Cab edition of the Frontier. And the Pro 4X version is going to be completely fully loaded for you guys as well. So when it comes to MSRP on these different trims, we have the starting trim with the King Cab of $27,840. $27,840, that's starting on the King Cab. Now on the Pro version of the Frontier, it starts at $37,240. Now this is a fully loaded version of the Frontier in the Pro version, right? As the Pro Premium package, as the technology package, and the comfort and convenience package. So that's gonna bring this MSRP up to $44,160. So, yeah, that's just a few things that we have going on with the new Frontier. But when it comes to the new Frontier, we also have different trims. So let's get into those a little bit more specifically, because I mentioned that there's the headlights and there's the signature red design that's in there, incorporated in the Frontier Pro trim. So let's talk about all the different trims that we have going on. Again, I mentioned S, SV, and Pro. There's also, for the first time, Nissan's offering a Pro 4X version, which is that we have in studio today, which is a 4x4 version. But there's also just the Pro X version of the Pro trim that gives you a rear wheel, 2-wheel drive version of the Pro trim that has a lot of the similarities of the Pro 4X trim. Now, digging into this Pro 4X trim a little bit more, this is the Pro 4X Crew Cab edition of the Frontier. Now, the Frontier Pro 4X Crew Cab version has a couple of very specific features. Let's talk about some of those right now, right? So in the Pro 4X Pro trim, we have these 17-inch painted Pro 4X alloy wheels with all-terrain tires. I mean, look at those. Those are rugged tires for you guys to get off-road. Now, because this is the premium Pro edition of the Pro 4X, this is decked out with 17-inch dark beadlock style alloy wheels. It also has Bilstein off-road shocks that you kind of can see if you dig in there. Those are some sturdy shocks on this truck, and it has a front. You hear that? So that's a front transfer case and fuel tank skid plate when it comes to the new Pro 4X. Also has a locking rear 2022 Frontier. So just to kind of cover where we started with the different trims that were going on with the new Frontier. So trims again are S, SV, and Pro trim. Now what we have in studio here today is the Pro 4X Crew Cab trim of the new Frontier. Again, all the different trims have availability of rear-wheel drive, the 2-wheel drive, or the 4x4. Now this is the the Pro 4X. So the 4X, of course, stands for 4-wheel drive. But for the first time, Nissan is offering a 2-wheel Pro X version of the Pro trim. Now, talking about some of the different things that the Pro trim has, again, we have these 17-inch painted Pro 4X alloy wheels with the all-terrain tires right here. And then we, under the hood there, under here, we have the Bilstein off-road shocks. See those shocks down there? And then, of course, we have the front skid plate Hear that? That's the skid plate in case you can't clear that almost 10 inches of ground clearance. There's also a transfer case skid plate that's under here, and of course a fuel tank skid plate as well. We also have an electric locking rear differential and LED headlights, which I mentioned to you guys earlier, and 9-inch color screen display with the Nissan Connect services, including the door-to-door navigation, and a host of other Pro 4X unique interior designs that I will point out to you when we hop into the vehicle. Just a reminder to you guys, you can ask a question at any time. This is a live Q&A, and we want to hear from you. It looks like we have a question coming in right now. So Jan wants to know, what's the MSRP? Okay, again, so when I was talking about trims, this is when it becomes very important, because the trims distinguish the different MSRP on the vehicle, right? So the starting MSRP for the Frontier is $27,840. That's $27,840. Now that's going to be on the S King Cab version of the Frontier. Now the Frontier, of course, goes all the way up to the Pro 4X Crew Cab that we have in studio here today. That's going to start at $37,240. But because this has the technology, comfort, and convenience, and Pro Premium package involved in it, then this is going to be $44,160 all in. But that is a lot for a mid-sized truck that has all the different features that this does. So, talking a little bit more about power and performance, since we're talking about the truck, all the Frontiers are standard with a 3.8-liter V6 direct injection engine that has 310 horsepower and 281 pound-feet of torque. A very, very capable truck for all that you're getting with it. Now, let's hop into the back here, talk about the truck. Now we're looking at the back here and then the truck bed. Now you have two different options when you have the truck. Now this is a crew cab again, so you have a 5-foot truck bed back here, but you can also get the King Cab that has a 6-foot bed. Now exclusively on the SV, we also have a long bed version of the SV that gives you essentially the King Cab truck bed on the SV crew cab version. So again, that truck bed would be 73.3 inches or 6 feet. It also has these high walls with secured cargo, more secured cargo. Again, I'm about 6'1", I have long arms, and I can fit, almost a full length of my arm in the bed of this truck here. And that is really good for securing cargo. Looks like we have another question coming in. So Renee is asking, what kind of accessories does the Frontier have? She's a bit of a camper. I love that, Renee. So the Frontier is great for camping and, of course, off-roading, overlanding, anything like that. And when it comes to accessories, Frontier is really good with that as well. So accessories for the new Frontier, the Nissan has its own distinguished accessories that you can actually get upon purchasing the vehicle that are covered with the 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, whichever one comes first. And then you also have additional accessories that you can get with the vehicle that are covered under their own warranty. All the accessories that Nissan approves for the Frontier are specifically tested for durability and longevity. So a lot of accessories that are available for it. It's perfect for off-roading and overlanding and camping and all those different things. Now, when it comes to camping and off-roading with the Frontier, let's hop back into the back here again. So with the truck bed, again, notice this dampened lift gate with easy lifting up and down. So see that? One finger on that lift gate. So we also have a spray in bed liner for the back of the Frontier. And you have these Utilitrack system on the back here. There's 3 Utilitrack systems on the very back with these really nice secured cleats. 4 secured cleats and 4 anchors that are on the back of the vehicle that help you with tying down cargo, or if you are camping or doing anything like that, tying down any of your overlanding gear or your camping gear, tents, whatever the case may be, maybe an electric grill. Because if you have an electric grill, then you can use this 120 volt outlet that the Frontier has. It also has really nice LED lights in the back here, so if it gets dark out when you're camping, then you can see everything that's going on with those LED lights in the back of the trunk. All right, let's talk, since we are back here, let's talk about towing capacity and payload. Maximum towing capacity on the new Frontier is 6,720 pounds. Now that's going to be on the S King Cab 4x2. Again, it changes from trim to trim when it comes to the new Frontier. So every trim has a different payload and towing capacity. 6,720 pounds when it comes to the King Cab, and this Frontier, the Pro 4X, again, is going to have 6,270 pounds. But it's safe to say that every single Frontier has a towing capacity of at least 6,260 pounds. Now, what really helps when it comes to the new Frontier is its trailer sway control and tow haul mode. The trailer sway control is if you have something back here, a camper or like a trailer, then you can hook that up, and the trailer sway control will actually help that level out when you're driving, whether the road conditions are bad or you have those windy times. I know when you're driving around with that trailer in the back there, everybody's experience with those high winds, it gets pretty disconcerting when you're driving around, but the trailer sway control can actually help you with that, and tow haul mode helps you with that as well. Now, when it comes to payload of the Frontier, maximum payload is 1,610 pounds. That's going to be on the SV King Cab. Now, the payload on this Pro 4X version is 1,290 pounds. All right, so let's talk more detail about the wheels. I told you that there's different wheel options on the Frontier between the Pro 4X or the S and SV versions. Standard on the Frontier, we have a 16-inch wheel that is going to have steel wheel covers. And again, the Pro 4X has these sturdy 17-inch wheels that are painted alloy wheels, or on this one, again, we have the dark beadlock wheels with styled alloy wheels on the Pro Premium package. Looks like we have another question coming in. Stephanie asked, is there wireless charging? Yes, Stephanie, there is. Let's hop inside the truck and show you all those different features. All right, so I'm on the inside of the truck, and if you notice right here, I don't know if you can get in there, but this is actually where the wireless charging bay is. Now, it's really cool because the wireless charging bay, unlike a lot of other of the competitors out there, is actually slanted. And that might not seem like a big deal to you, but when it's slanted like that, it actually keeps the phone secure when you're driving around. And especially in a truck like this, which you might be out off-roading or doing anything like that, little features and touches like that, with like a slanted wireless charging bay, is really helpful when you're bouncing around in the car. Now, you'll notice as well, I'm about 6'1", and I have plenty of room up in the front here. Let's go ahead and push the start button here and show you guys what's going on when it comes to the Frontier. So it also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That is available on this 9-inch touchscreen display. You'll see how it pops up right there. That's your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's Apple CarPlay in our case right now because we have an iPhone connected to it, but it's really nice because you can connect your phone, do wire or hands-free calling. You can use the Apple navigation or Android navigation if you're using that. Answer any text without using your hands to do it, and of course, jam out to your wonderful beats that you have on your collection of iTunes music. And you'll notice that, look at that, we have a sunroof. That's right, we finally have a sunroof in the new Frontier. It's super exciting. I know I've been looking for it, and I'm sure you guys have as well. So when you're off-roading, you can look at the beautiful sky when you're driving around. Now, back to the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, there is a nice 10-speaker Fender surround sound speakers that are in the Pro trim models. Now on standard, there is a 6-speaker sound system that sounds great as well. Let's talk about colors of the new Frontier. So, when it comes to colors of the new Frontier, right now we are looking at the Boulder Gray Pearl of the Pro 4X. Now, Frontier comes in 9 different colors. The Boulder Gray Pearl is exclusively on the Pro trims. There's also a beautiful tactical green metallic that's really nice. It has some really good highlights, and it's a little bit pricier, but I promise you it's worth it. But 9 different colors, including the Baja Storm color that was debuted at the LA Auto Show when they debuted the Frontier. We also have a new question about safety features. Safety features. What kind of safety features does the Frontier have? Well, I will tell you. Frontier has all of Nissan Safety Shield 360 options available. It's available on the Frontier. So this is how it is broken down on the new Frontier. We have, with the technology package, the full Safety Shield 360 technology. But if you don't have the technology package, then we have automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection is standard on every single Frontier. Past that, with the technology package, we have high beam assist, which is this right here. It has a radar system that actually a camera on the front there that actually shows if there's a vehicle coming your way, and it'll turn the high beams on and off for you and when you're driving on those dark roads. It has lane departure warning that will keep you in your lane if it sees that you're kind of bumping out of that for whatever reason. Blind spot warning, rear cross traffic alert, which is back here. If a vehicle is zooming past you in the parking lot or something like that, and you maybe not notice it, then the rear cross traffic alert will help you with that. And of course, automatic emergency braking that will brake the back of the truck for you when you're backing up. Again, maybe you're in the mountains and you don't notice that that mountainside is right behind you. It will help apply those brakes for you so that you don't bang up your truck. Deborah is asking, what is the horsepower? Well, Deborah, the horsepower is 310 horsepower, 284 pound-feet of torque. So definitely a very capable vehicle. Now might be a really good time to remind you guys that we have this really cool feature of Nissan Shop at Home. So Nissan at Home is a service where you can drive, purchase, or even service your vehicle once you are a Nissan owner right from the comfort of your home. All you have to do is use the Nissan at Home service, and if you're looking to buy the vehicle and you see the Buy Now button, you can use the Buy at Home. If you want to test drive the vehicle, you can use the Drive at Home feature, and then there's the Service at Home if you already are a Nissan owner or if you soon will become a Nissan owner. Let's look at some more questions that you guys have. What is the fuel octane? Lucas is asking, what fuel octane is recommended for the new Frontier? Well, Lucas, I'm not exactly sure on that, but I will ask the team and we'll get back with you in regards to that. All right, let's talk more about the cargo space, shall we? Now, the Frontier has a lot of different options when it comes to cargo space, and we remind you guys that it's always important to tie down and secure your cargo. Now, I mentioned to you guys before that they have these really nice secured cleats that are in the UtiliTrack system and this huge bay, but hop in the back there because I want to show you guys nice spacing in the back of the truck. You'll notice I'm flipping this up and look at all that space, additional space on the rear of the truck here that you can throw all kinds of stuff, gear, tools, whatever it is that you might need. And on the inside, front portion, we also have about 4 liters on the middle here of the new Frontier. Lots and lots of space in the center console. That's about double of what other trucks out there have. And we have this nice little overhead storage that's exclusively on the Pro 4X for sunglasses, or if you're like me, glasses, because I always tend to forget my glasses that are in there. Now, when it comes to the touchscreen display that I had in there, you'll notice that there was Apple CarPlay to Android Auto, but another feature that I want to point out to you guys is the USB cable and USB-C cable that's in there. If you dig right in there, you'll see the USB cable and USB-C cable. So if you have anybody in the back, or if you have any devices that need to be charged, you can charge any of those and everybody can be happy. Now let's talk about the advanced driver assist. The advanced driver assist is in the middle of this console. Let's go ahead and push the start button for you guys there. Oh. So go ahead and take a look at the 7-inch advanced driver assist display that is in there. You'll see, looks really good, and there's 7 inches that's really good full color driver assist display for you guys to take a look at. It shows you everything from the intelligent cruise control to driver assist. Now, intelligent cruise control is a really nice option because it actually maintains the speed of your vehicle from the vehicle in front of you and keeps that distance. Now, the driver alertness is available as well. If you're driving and it sees any jerking when it comes to that steering wheel, then it will actually help you and give you an alert and say, hey, maybe you need to pull over and get some coffee or something like that. So really, really nice feature when it comes to the Frontier. Now, sticking here on the steering wheel has mounted controls for entertainment, hands-free calls, and of course, it's a heated steering wheel on the Pro 4X with the convenience package, or the SV version with the convenience package as well. So, Lucas, answering your question about the octane recommended for the Frontier, Frontier uses regular fuel. Abe has a question about the ground clearance. So let's take a look at that. Okay, Abe, so when it comes to ground clearance of the new Frontier, you'll see that there's actually plenty of clearance right here. You see that? It's almost 10 inches of ground clearance on the new Frontier as well. Now, if you have the Frontier Pro 4X, again, you have these skid plates. So if you need more than 10 inches when you're driving around off-roading or anything like that, then it has the skid plates to keep the underbelly of your vehicle nice and protected. Ryan asks, does it have a remote start? Ryan, yes, it does. There's actually a remote keyless or a keyless key fob that you can have with the new Pro 4X version that's exclusively on the Pro 4X. But all of the Frontiers have a fob that you can actually use for the vehicle. I actually have it right here. So you'll see this is the key fob that you'll use. And for the Pro 4X and Pro X versions of it, you have this little button right there for remote start. So you can remotely start your vehicle on those cold days, so you can heat your vehicle up before you get in it when it's outside, or even cool it down. I mean, I've used it for things like air conditioning when it's on those really hot days to cool my vehicle down on those days as well. Now, again, that's exclusively on the Pro 4X and Pro X trims of the vehicle. John asked, are there any off-road side rails on the body, or is it a frame mounted? So the accessory step rails are frame mounted. Accessory step rails are frame mounted on the new Frontier. So again, since we're back here, let's talk a little bit more about things that you can do back here on the new Frontier. So we have that lift gate that is dampened for you guys, so it's a lot easier to get up and down. The spray and bed lining and these utility-track systems that you're using to tie things down. When it comes to other things going on with the towing and payload with it, if you get up into the truck, you'll notice that there's plenty of space that you're driving when you're driving around with it as well. And let's also talk about, so let's get more about I know there's some people that might be jumping in right now. So let's give you a little overview of what's going on with the Frontier. So Frontier, again, is all new for you guys. Frontier has S, SV, and Pro trims. Those are available in rear-wheel drive and front-wheel drive options, or four-wheel drive options. And this is the Pro 4X version of the Frontier that gives you availability of all kinds of different features that we'll cover for you guys. Now, again, options for you guys to ask any questions on this live question and answer feature for you guys. If there are any questions that you have about the new Frontier, hit us up in the question and answer section. There's a little box on the side of your video player, and we'll get those questions answered for you. Tino asked, how many colors are available on the new Frontier? So, Tino, again, there are 9 different colors available on the new Frontier. This is Boulder Gray Pearl that's exclusively on the Pro 4X version of the Frontier. 9 other colors that are available as well. You can go on to the Nissan USA website and see the Frontier color in 360 views. A couple of other colors that are really nice are Tactical Green Metallic, Baja Storm, and there's some beautiful red and dark black and all kinds of different things. Again, go on to the Frontier website or the Nissan USA website to see those in beautiful 360 view. Miles per gallon, great question, Josh. Josh asked, what's the miles per gallon? Again, we have our fuel tank right here. Miles per gallon on the Frontier Pro 4X that we have right in front of us are 17 city, 20 highway. And on the regular Frontier, the S and SV versions, we have 19 city and 22 highway. So good fuel efficiency. It's on a mid-sized truck, so you're going to be using it for off-roading and all kinds of different things. The beautiful thing about the mid-sized truck is that you can park this in your garage, you can drive it around town to get groceries, but you can also take it off-roading, which is great when it comes to all of the things that you want. It's a capable and competent vehicle that you can do pretty much anything with because it's right size. Another question coming in that I might have missed. Ryan asked, is there an app? Yes. If you go to Nissan Connect services, Nissan has an app that is available for all of our vehicles, including the Frontier, that helps with remote start or locating the vehicle and things of that nature. So we are talking about the different trim levels when it came to the different Frontiers, S, SV, and Pro trim, and they come in all the different, come standard with all-wheel drive, or four-wheel drive rather, and two-wheel drive versions. And there's a king cab version and a crew cab version when it comes to the Frontier. Now, if you have the Pro 4X like we have in studio here today, that's going to be a crew cab version exclusively. If you want the king cab version, you need to go to the S or the SV versions. Again, the king cab has a 6-foot bed on the back, whereas the crew cab has the 5-foot bed. But if you want kind of the best of both worlds, you can get the SV extended cab version that gives you the 6-foot bed on the back of the truck of the SV version, kind of like splitting the difference of everything. 6-foot bed, but you still have the crew cab so you can fit people in the back or do things with, it actually seats about 5 people in the crew cab, whereas it's 4 with the flip-up seats on the king cab of the truck. Again, at any point, folks, if you like to ask any questions about the new Frontier, any of the features, you can feel free to ask that in the chat on the side of the video player. Now, if you're watching us on a different platform that's not nissanusa.com, then you need to go over to the nissanusa.com website if you are curious about any questions that you aren't seeing answered for yourself. Head over to nissanusa.com to ask those questions. Now is also a great time to chat with you guys about Nissan at Home. Nissan at Home is a wonderful service that's really, really cool because you can now make your purchases at the convenience of your home, probably just right on your laptop. No longer do you need to go into the dealership for that. Nissan at Home is doing that. So if you're looking around, if you're doing research, if you're looking at this broadcast right now, then you are participating in Nissan at Home. And Nissan at Home allows you to, again, make a purchase. If you were scrolling through the inventory of Frontier trucks because you are sold now, because you've looked at it, you've had some questions answered, and now you want one, if you see the buy now option, then you can actually make a purchase with Buy at Home. Again, that will deliver the truck right to your house without even ever visiting the dealer. Now, if you're like me and you're like, well, that sounds cool and everything, but
I want to test drive a truck or a car or anything like that before I decide to buy it, then you can use the drive at home option using the, all you have to do is just set up a test drive using drive at home, also a Nissan at home option. Really, really nice. And if you are a current Nissan owner, or after you've used the buy at home option using the buy now button and you want to have your vehicle serviced, then you can use the service at home option on it as well, which will actually have someone from the dealer come and pick up your vehicle, get it serviced at the dealership, and then bring it back to you nice and ready to drive once again using the service at home option. Let's talk about these headlights. So I mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, but the new Frontier Pro 4X and Pro X versions have these LED headlights available on it. And it has LED fog lights available on it as well. Now, the Pro X versions also have daytime running lights. Now, the difference between those and like the S and SV versions is halogen lights. Those have halogen lights on them, as well as the SV extended cab has a halogen light on it with the fog lamps. So it's kind of hard to decipher between all of those. But again, LED headlights on the Pro 4X version with the fog lights as well. That's on the Pro trim versions. On the S and SV versions, we have halogen lights. And then on the SV extended cab version, you have halogen lights and the fog lights as well. We have another question coming in, and it's from Jim. Is there a manual transmission or diesel option in the new Frontier? No, Jim, there's not. We have chosen to do a 9-speed automatic transmission. So we're no longer offering a manual or a diesel option at this time. But we currently have a 3.8 liter V6 engine with the 9-speed transmission that is standard across the board for every single Frontier that's out there. So, I mean, that is a very capable vehicle. V6 engine and this midsize truck, you get a lot of power on that. In fact, you have 310 horsepower and 284 pound-feet of torque. So yes, it is very, very capable. People are loving this color on the new truck. We're asking about the color. So this color is called Boulder Gray Pearl. And again, the Boulder Gray Pearl is exclusively on the Pro trims of the new Frontier. So if you want the Boulder Gray Pearl, and I mean, looking at it, I don't know why you want it, then you have to get the Pro trim, but you're getting a lot of truck with that Pro trim, so I don't know why you wouldn't choose that anyway. What kind of wheels are on the truck? Again, with the Pro trim, we have these dark beadlock alloy wheels that are these right here. Beadlock alloy wheels. They're really, really nice. It has the all-terrain tire. That's because we have the Pro premium package on this truck. There's also just the regular Pro trim that gives you alloy wheels that are 17 inch as well. And then if you have the S or the SV version, you have 16-inch wheels that are also very nice and capable. All right. More highlights on the truck. So talking about highlights of the Pro 4X, since we were talking about those specifically, again, the painted wheels, we have the Bilstein off-road shocks, we have the front transfer case and fuel tank skid plates, electric locking rear differential, which is of course back here because this is an off-road ready truck. LED headlights, color touchscreen display. We like to say that the Frontier is confident and capable on the exterior, but all conditions comfort on the inside. We have another question coming in, and this question, is not coming up. Rajin is asking, is it true that you can turn your flatbed into a camping tent? Yes, Rajin, you can. So if you hop back here into the back of the flatbed truck, one of the accessories is a bed tent. So you can check that out on Nissan USA for availability. But if you look back here, there's plenty of room again on the extended cab version or the king cab versions of the truck. That's 6 feet. So I could lay down pretty comfortably back there. And if I had the bed tent, then I would be ready to camp. And fall asleep in comfort. Question coming in, it says, could I tow a boat with my truck? Well, yeah, towing capacity again is 6,720 pounds when properly equipped. So this model right here that we have in studio today is 6,270 pounds. So as long as your boat fits within those limits, you certainly can tow it. So again, when you come to the different trims of the Frontier, they all have different specifications. So if you are interested in any of those, then make sure that you go to the Nissan USA website to check out the specs on each and every one of those trims to make sure it lines up with your specifications that you're looking for. All right, so, I didn't talk about this. Outside mirror. Now the outside mirror is a heated outside mirror, and that's standard on all, and the standard folding mirror as well, for all of the Frontiers, right? So if you want the Pro 4X, then you're going to have heated outside mirrors. So if you're out in the mountains camping, then you can actually turn on the outside mirror defroster, and it'll frost all the frosted melted stuff away. We have another question coming in. And that question is from Tino. Tino is asking, are the wheels automatic, or windows, are the windows automatic? And only the driver's side window is automatic. The other wheels are powered as well, though. So you have an automatic, so differentiation between an automatic window and just a powered window. So the automatic window is when you push the button and it comes all the way up or all the way down. And then the powered window is where you push the button and it actually regulates the height of the window up and down. Let's talk safety features. So to get more detailed on the safety features of the new Frontier, all trims as part of the technology package have all of the Safety Shield 360 features available. It uses a camera, a radar, and a sonar system. 6 advanced safety features. Now, the new Frontier has automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection. That's on the very front here of our truck. That is standard across the board, no matter what. Now, if you have the technology package, you get all the other 5 Safety Shield 360 features. That includes the high beam assist, so that if you're driving around on those dark, windy roads and you have your high beams on, you're not being rude to the other drivers that are passing by you. It'll actually turn those high beams off temporarily when you're driving past them, and then turn them back on so you can see the road very well. It has lane departure warning that, again, detects if you're veering out of your lane for whatever reason and alerts you to that. Blind spot warning if someone is in, of course, your blind spot, which I'm thinking would be around here. It will notify you if you have your blinker on that you have someone in your blind spot and you should probably look and readjust. And then it also has rear cross traffic alert and rear automatic braking. So again, the rear automatic braking, if there's anything that is a mass behind your vehicle when you're backing up, then it will actually help apply those brakes if needed, if you don't happen to see it for whatever reason. Now, another thing that the new Frontier has is tire pressure alert. Now, tire pressure alert is a really cool system with this easy fill alert system. If you're low on the tire, then it will actually detect that for you and it'll show it on your 7-inch touchscreen display. But if you want to go fill it up, we've all experienced those situations where you're trying to fill up your tire and you just don't know exactly if you're right or not. Well, Nissan has a solution to that, and that's the tire easy fill alert. And it'll actually give you a little beep beep of the horn once you've filled up your tire to the pressure that it needs to be filled to. Intelligent driver alertness, I mentioned that earlier. Intelligent driver alertness will actually detect kind of your driving patterns as you're driving around. And if it detects something that's a little odd, maybe some jerkiness in the wheel, then it'll give you a little alert that says, hey, maybe you should pull over and get some coffee or something like that. Because we all know how it is driving on those long road trips. And when you're driving with the truck, then you definitely want to have that driver alertness with you as well. Let's dig into a little bit more of that intelligent around view monitor. So on the inside, on this 9-inch color touchscreen display of the Pro 4X, you have an around view monitor that gives you kind of a bird eye view of what's going on around your truck. So if you're trying to park your truck, or you're in the mountains off-roading and you have something going around it, you can apply the around view monitor and see what's going on. Now, something that's really cool is with the Pro 4X version of the truck, you can have off-road mode with that all-round view monitor. And what the off-road mode does, again, featured in the Pro 4X, is it actually allows you to see what's going on in your vehicle and keep that around view monitor going on for like applied speeds, so you can see those huge boulders or all terrains that are going around on your vehicle when you're off-roading. It's super convenient. So no more banging up this beautiful boulder gray pearl paint when you're driving around off-road with the off-road mode that you have going on. All right, so let's talk more about the speakers. I kind of brushed over the speakers when it came to the Frontier, so let's dig into those a little bit more. In the Pro 4X and the Pro X versions of the truck, you have these wonderful 10-inch or 10 speaker with a dual subwoofer. Those are Fender premium speaker systems. Now, available as part of the Pro package. Standard, we have 6 speakers available in the new Frontier. So, no matter what, you're jamming out in the new Frontier, and it's really nice to do so. New question coming in, and that question is, what's the drive ratio? The drive ratio is 3.692 to be specific. For specific gear ratios, please see the website at nissanusa.com. So let's talk about those the Apple CarPlay that's available on it as well. So again, you have the 9-inch colored touchscreen display that's available on the Pro versions of the Frontier, Pro 4X and Pro X versions. 9-inch color screen display that is beautifully going to show you Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Now with the Apple CarPlay, that integrates with your iPhone or even your iPad if you had it plugged up to that, and it will show you different designated things that are available from that Apple CarPlay. Those are things like music, the Apple navigation, and hands-free calling and texting. All you have to do is press the button on your steering wheel and ask it to, text whomever it is that you want to text or call whomever it is that you want to call. Let's talk about these brakes. Now, under the truck, of course, we have all kinds of cool things going on, but attached to these wheels, we have disc brakes that keep it nice and secure when you're driving around. So, with these four-wheel disc brakes, they're nice and keep it safe. Let's see. Now, while I'm down here as well, I also want to point out to you guys that there is some standard things that are going on with the Frontier. Standard, we have the 9-speed automatic transmission, the solid rear axle with the leaf spring suspension, and of course these four-wheel disc brakes that keep it, you can kind of see them in there, but those are some sturdy brakes that are attached to these 16-inch or 17-inch wheels. Again, going over the price for the Frontier, because there's different trims and all the different trims have different price points, it's going to start at $27,840. Now, again, that's going to be on the S King Cab version of the Frontier, whereas the one that we have in studio here today is $44,160. Again, this is as fully loaded as it gets, technology, comfort and convenience, and premium package. $44,160 for that? Yes, please. We have another question that's coming in. And that question is Jim, who's asking, does it have lane assist? Yes, Jim. If you have the technology package, then lane assist is attached with that because it has the Nissan Safety Shield 360 as an option. So lane departure warning, which is part of the Safety Shield 360, and lane assist is essentially our version of that. Tino is asking, can you get a Frontier as a customer fleet vehicle on your business? Tino, yes, you can. The Frontier is available as a fleet vehicle, and I think is a very good choice when it comes to that. Can you imagine a whole fleet of these beautiful Frontiers? The Pro 4X at that, you could take your inventory all over the place, even if there's no roads. All right, so another thing that I want to point out with you guys, or highlight again for you guys, is the payload. Maximum payload on the Frontier is 1,610 pounds. Now that's going to be on the SV King Cab 4x2 version of the Frontier. The one that we have in studio here today is 1,290 pounds. That's on the Pro 4X version of the Frontier. So again, a very capable vehicle. Now, as you're watching this broadcast, if you think of anything that you want to ask, make sure that you hit the chat on the side of the video player and you can ask your questions there. And if you're looking around and you want to get in touch with the dealer, then fill the form out at the very bottom of this page, and a dealer will get in touch with you shortly to answer any questions that you might have. But I definitely want to highlight for you guys yet again, Nissan at Home. Nissan at Home is a great program to allow you to purchase a vehicle, test drive a vehicle, or service a vehicle right at home. All you have to do is use the Nissan at Home features that are available. Now, if you're watching this broadcast, you are participating at Nissan at Home because presumably you're at home or conveniently on a device of some kind, and you're watching it and you're learning about our Nissan vehicles. But you can also customize a vehicle using Nissan at Home. You can do further research on our Nissan USA website. That's part of the Nissan at Home. Now, if you're going through inventory of the new Frontier or any Nissan vehicle and you see the buy at home option, then that you can use the buy at home with using the buy now option on the Nissan at Home feature. And if you're like me and you're like, I'm not going to buy anything until I test drive it, well, you can do that as well. You use the drive at home option of the new Nissan at Home feature, and a dealer will drive the vehicle of your choice to your home for you to test drive. Now, again, that is at participating Nissan dealers. So check with your dealer if that's something that you're interested in. And if you already are a Nissan owner, or you soon will be after watching this wonderful broadcast, then you can use the service at home feature of the Nissan at Home option. And that allows someone from a dealership to pick your vehicle up at your home, and they will service it and bring it right back to you. So that's Nissan Shop at Home. Another question that is coming in, Ahmad is asking, what are the optional packages available in the new Frontier? So package options vary by trim, Ahmad, but please go to the Nissan at Home portion and on your website, and you can build your own. That way, if you want a specific thing on a trim, like the trims that I mentioned, SSV or Pro, then you can actually do that for yourself specifically on the website. All right, folks. So this is the new 2022 Nissan Frontier, the fully capable, fully confident mid-size vehicle that allows you to find your own Frontier. Now, make sure that you guys stay on the Nissan USA website for more updates and news on the new 2022 Frontier. Again, check out that Shop at